Redefining what's possible.
Redefining what's possible means turning empathy into action.
Tackling a widespread problem.
Redefining work and equity.
Believing that Africa's youth have the potential to lead the fourth industrial revolution.
When someone tells me that it's not going to work or it's too hard, I'm going to do it anyway.
Redefining what's possible means to provide opportunities for vulnerable populations to build sustainable futures.
Expanding who gets to speak, be seen, and truly included.
Transforming the life of women smallholder farmers in India.
Teaching AI to speak scientist language.
Moms worrying less about their pelvic floor and focusing more on bonding with their baby.
Getting more patients into life-saving care as quickly as possible.
Redefining what is possible means the million-plus smallholder farmers like my parents don't have to live under $1.25 a day to feed us all.
Develop new integrated material technologies to transform treatments for injuries inside and outside the body.
Redefining what's possible to us means not letting screen time harm kids, but actually empowering parents to use it to shape great humans.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2025 Harvard President's Innovation Challenge Awards Ceremony. Woo! Thank you all for joining us here in beautiful Klarman Hall, and to the many more joining us via live stream. I'm Alexandra Stevens, the Director of Communications here at the Harvard Innovation Labs, and I'll be your host tonight. The theme for this year's challenge is redefining what's possible. You heard what it means to our finalists in the opening video, but to me, it also means hope. Hope grounded in action to create a better world. You'll hear more about how our finalists plan to do just that when they do their 1-minute pitches, but first, I'd like to welcome Becca Zhang and Megan Hall from the iLab leadership team to the stage.
Today is one of our favorite days of the year. We get to celebrate bold ideas, real-world impact, and the amazing people behind both. The Harvard Innovation Labs is this university-wide home for entrepreneurs and change-makers from all 13 schools. Across all 3 labs, we serve students, alumni, and life sciences ventures with a wide range of ideas and backgrounds. As a former tech entrepreneur, I can tell you building a venture isn't easy. It takes vision, courage, and a lot of hard work to reach this stage, and even more to bring that vision to life.
Since opening our doors in 2011, the iLab has supported over 6,000 ventures across the public, private, and nonprofit sectors. Our founders represent 145 countries and have raised more than $8 billion in funding. 9 have reached unicorn status, which means they're valued at over $1 billion, including most recently Light Matter, a 2016 President's Innovation Challenge winner. But success is not only measured in dollars and cents. Our teams bring value to the world in so many ways: economic, social, and personal. By driving growth, creating jobs, contributing to scientific innovation, and improving the standard of living around the globe.
Harvard is an incredible place to innovate. This year, a record 2,800 students joined the iLab as members. That's 1 in 9 Harvard students. Our team of advisors and staff work closely with a network of hundreds of experts, mentors, and judges to support our founders on this journey. You'll also hear from some of them tonight. Together, we've seen the highs, the lows, the gong moments, and the setbacks, and we're so proud of how these teams have come along so far. We're also grateful to our innovation partners from across Harvard, from the Rock Center in the business school, Harvard Grid from the School of Engineering, to the Lehman program in the college, and Blavatnik Life Lab in the medical school, and so much more. You all help this ecosystem thrive.
No matter how large our community grows, the iLab remains a place where every individual shines. You'll see that creativity and diversity of ideas and experiences reflected tonight. Our founders are driven to solve problems that they care deeply about. And more than anything, we're proud of how they support and care for one another during their time at Harvard and beyond. That's what makes this community so special.
Fueled by the generosity of the Bertarelli Foundation, the President's Innovation Challenge calls on the Harvard community to tackle the world's toughest problems with bold, creative solutions. In this time of rapid social, technological, and environmental change, the world needs innovation more than ever, and the courage to redefine what is possible.
In a few minutes, you'll hear pitches from some of the most promising ventures here at Harvard, led by Harvard students, alumni, and affiliates. This year's finalists represent 12 different Harvard schools, and applicants hailed from all 13. Innovation is a Harvard-wide calling. With all that in mind, let's give a big round of applause to this year's President's Innovation Challenge participants.
Tonight is just one glimpse into the vibrant world of innovation here at Harvard. We got a great show ahead. But first, we're honored to welcome someone who truly represents our shared mission, Harvard University President Alan Garber.
Thanks so much, Becca and Megan. Thanks to all of you, too, for being here this evening. I got to tell you, I look forward to the President's Challenge every spring. This is always a highlight. And the work that you do at the iLab and the work of your many predecessors is simply energizing. The iLab opened in the fall of 2011, and that happened to be when I arrived at Harvard as provost after having spent 25 years on the faculty at Stanford. And when I walked into the iLab that fall, I thought, this is really a place that's going to change Harvard, and it's going to have a huge impact more broadly in the world. The possibilities were there to see, but seeing the possibilities turn into reality has been a thrill over the years since then. It was very early in that fall when I was at a corporation meeting, and Mark Zuckerberg came to visit campus, and he met with Drew Faust, the president, and me, and I started talking to him about the iLab and what an amazing place this was. And I said it kind of reminded me of Facebook headquarters, which I had visited once. And for those of you who think about today's Meta, this was a small building at the end of College Avenue, or California Avenue in Palo Alto. But it really did strike me when I walked into the iLab how similar it looked. And so Mark heard me compare it this way, and he said, "Can I visit?" And I got very worried because I thought he's going to see this and he's going to be so disappointed that I exaggerated what this looks like. He gave some talks that day, and then he came over to the iLab, and I met him there, and of course he was mobbed. He had a great time. The students who met him were thrilled and inspired. And as he was leaving, he said, "If the iLab had been here when I was an undergrad, this is where I would have been." And indeed, that is where the future Mark Zuckerbergs have spent a lot of time. It's an inspiring place led by people who really want to promote innovation at Harvard. And that has been a constant throughout. It's inspiring. And that feeling of inspiration only grows stronger when you witness the ambition and creativity of our finalists. This iLab, as you've heard, has produced 6,000 ventures in that time. And when you think about it, that's staggering. And for it, not every venture has turned into a Facebook or a Meta. But everybody who has participated in a venture has learned something, and I dare say it has changed the way they approach their work, the way that they pursue their dreams. At a time when so much is uncertain, the possibility of redefining what's possible is not only a springboard to your own achievements, but also a gift to our community, our nation, and our world. Your willingness to pursue ideas, to take risks, and to carve new paths to excellence reminds us all of the power of knowledge and the importance and necessity of places like Harvard. You have accomplished so much already, and we know that this moment is just the beginning for many of you. Thank you for enlivening the challenge with your energy and your intensity and your creativity. Our community is all the better for it, so let's hear it for the participants. I want to add my thanks to Ernesto Bertarelli and the Bertarelli Foundation for their long-standing generosity, to the Harvard Innovation Labs team for their outstanding support, and to the judges, advisors, mentors in Cambridge, Boston, and beyond, truly our secret sauce, for their time and their talents, both of which they share in abundance each year. Now, I know you're all eager to get on with the program. Let's begin.
Thank you so much, President Garber, for those hopeful words. So, and now, as he said, on with the show. Here's how the rest of the evening will work. The PIC is divided into 5 tracks, 3 for students and 2 for alumni and affiliates. To kick off each track, we'll show a short video that features someone who's played a key role in our finalists' journeys to this very stage. It'll include judges, experts, mentors, and some staff. In fact, each finalist has gone through multiple rounds of external judging to get to this very stage. So the 5 finalists in each track will each deliver a 1-minute pitch, and then we'll announce who wins a share of $500,000 in non-dilutive funding thanks to the Bertarelli Foundation. We'll also have a special segment in the middle to recognize the winners of the Ingenuity Awards, a unique category that celebrates promising student ideas at the earliest stage. Are you ready to hear from our finalists? Yes. Here we go.
I'm Shikha Anand, and I'm the Chief Medical Officer of Kasana, which is a smart toilet seat company. I'm an expert in residence through the School of Public Health, and I conduct office hours with students who are either have already launched a company or are thinking about launching a company. Yeah, so healthcare and life sciences is booming at the Harvard Innovation Lab, and there are all different types of teams. We see everything from things that came out of a lab that might be gene sequencing, or I just judged something that was around better detection of antimicrobial resistance, to operational fixes, things that connect doctors and patients to each other, really, really broad span. I think the most important thing in a startup is to not hold on to any idea too tightly. So certainly hold on to your ethics, hold on to the population or the thing that you're really passionate about, whatever brought you into the space. Hold on to that, but let go of everything else. So you might start out as a human services company and then morph into a clinical company and then come out on the other side as a digital platform or a medical device company. And that's all okay, right? It's been 5 years since I've been involved with the Innovation Lab, and it seems like every single year what's possible gets redefined, and every single year I meet with teams that are working on something that I actually have never considered. And that's so much of the fun of doing this and being involved. Being a founder is more losses than wins. You know, statistically, the majority of you will not win today. However, this experience is still incredibly valuable and can get you to the next thing and the thing after that. So just use the feedback to go on to the next thing.
Okay, now please welcome the finalists in the Student, Healthcare, and Life Sciences track.
Millions of children need palatal expanders. A palatal expander is a device placed in the upper jaw that widens it. Traditional expanders require a separate component called a key. And parents are required at night on the couch with an iPhone light to go in there and insert and twist. This is a complex procedure. And we shouldn't be expecting these from the parents. They don't feel comfortable, as well as patients have swallowed these keys before. So what we did is we got rid of the key altogether and we made it keyless. And with the keyless expander, we're able to streamline the whole process. We have launched in January, and so within the last 5 weeks, we were able to get the FDA, as well as we sold out our limited release, treated 1,000 cases, as well as we just, as of 15 minutes ago, my teammates don't know, we are just onboarding a new laboratory to offer our product. So we are looking forward to changing orthodontics, and thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin, and this is Andrew, and we're the co-founders of Laptis. Today, over 47 million Americans struggle with substance use disorder, and hundreds die of overdose each day. To find care, treatment seekers must navigate archaic systems that are fragmented, opaque, and time-consuming. This lack of access and coordination results in billions in unnecessary costs and means that less than 10% of those with addiction actually receive care.
At Laptis, our mission is to streamline access to trusted substance use treatment. We're building a data-intelligent, AI-enabled referral highway to connect the dots between those that need addiction treatment and those that provide it. While we've had some exciting traction, we'd be remiss not to use this platform to recognize those that continue to fight the addiction epidemic every day. Frontline health workers, public defenders, community volunteers, and peers in recovery. You all are the engine behind this journey towards a more equitable future, and at Laptis, we're honored to lend a hand.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tess Kim. I'm an OBGYN and the founder of Perry Peach. When my best friend asked me to deliver her baby, it was such an honor. But unfortunately, like millions of women each year, she suffered from a severe tear. And she had to return to work before her sutures were even dissolved, still in pain, wondering if she would ever walk normally again. And I was surprised to find out how preventable these are. The use of warm compress has already been shown to prevent severe tears by 50%. But I rarely saw them being used because current options cool too quickly and cause burns. So that's why I created Perry Peach, a warm compress designed specifically for birth that stays warm at safe temperatures. And with our new partnership with Medicines 360, a women's health innovation organization, we're redefining what it means to take care of birthing people during one of life's most powerful moments. Because with Perry Peach, we're here to deliver better care and better outcomes. Because we believe when moms do better, we all do better. Thank you.
For the tens of millions of Americans who don't want to go through the multi-day hassle of a screening colonoscopy, but still want the best tests that can detect advanced precancerous tumors, at Radiate, we're creating a simple blood test as accurate as a colonoscopy. A test like this could have empowered someone like my grandmother to get screened, potentially saving her life. We're on a mission to make colorectal cancer screening effortless, accessible, and effective so that no one has to lose a loved one to a disease we know how to prevent. I've done this before for ovarian cancer screening, and now I'm excited to do it again for colorectal cancer.
My name is Dan Freeman. I'm a PhD student at Harvard Med, and I'm the founder of TerraFlow. I built TerraFlow to accelerate the life-saving trials I was working on at NYU. But the urgency did not become real for me until I lost my own mother to cancer in December of 23. The life-saving breakthroughs we need are right in front of us in the data we already have. But the analysis still consists of a biologist reading papers, annotating cell types by hand, trying to make sense of what it all means. That's where TerraFlow comes in. Our patented AI grabs every biomarker reported in the literature to show pharmaceutical companies how their results align with what's known in the field and what their next experiment should be. We have paying users at the Cleveland Clinic and Memorial Sloan Kettering. We have paid pilots at top-tier pharmaceutical companies, and we have an experienced team that is ready to execute on this vision. We are accelerating life-saving breakthroughs that cannot wait until tomorrow. Join us.
Well done, finalists. Okay, now it is my pleasure to announce our first awards of the evening. The $25,000 award for the Student Healthcare and Life Sciences track goes to Joseph at Radiate Biosciences. Congratulations. And now for our next award, the $75,000 award in the Student Healthcare and Life Sciences track. And I'm a mother and know how important this is. Tess at Perry Peach.
Tell us, Tess, what does it mean to win this award?
Well, thank you so much. Advocacy and awareness has been a central part of Perry Peach, and so I just want to thank everybody here today, and thank you, President Garber. And this is for all the women who've had to suffer with severe tears, and for all the women who won't have to. So thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Courtney, and I'm the site head of the Harvard Life Labs. Companies here are Harvard affiliated. We have about a third therapeutics, a third diagnostics, and a third devices. All of these companies are ultimately impacting human health. We are that first place that they come to right after a company creation, right after spinning out of academia, and they are here mostly to get proof of concept data so that they can use that data to go off and raise larger rounds. And then ultimately, maybe build out their own space or go to a larger space to continue taking that technology to the clinic. You're about to hear from 5 of our healthcare and life sciences finalists for the President's Innovations Challenge. We have a highly curated list of judges. We have folks that are coming from pharma, folks that are coming from venture capital, and then folks that have, expertise in areas like therapeutics, diagnostics, and devices. The type of feedback that they get from the judges is invaluable. They're able to refine their pitch, and they're able to truly understand what partners or what potential funders are looking for as they go to raise their own rounds of fundraising. I'm excited about all of the potential of these teams. I think when we talk about the end goal of these teams, I'm excited that these ventures get to take their brilliant technology and give it to patients to extend their health outcomes.
Okay, and now please welcome the finalists in the Alumni and Affiliates Healthcare and Life Sciences track.
Precision medicine has delivered a great promise, in the past 3 decades, but only for a very narrow slice of patients defined by genomics. At Core Biomedicine, we are breaking that barrier. So we are using a novel approach called lineage therapeutics, targets the core dependence in the lineage-defined specific cell states that's largely defined by the transcription programs and cell surface markers to enlarge the benefits to the wider range of patients in the world. And, we hope this will deliver actually a much wider impact, much more durable efficacy, and also the real hope for the patients left behind by the current therapeutics. Our lead program is approaching to the clinical trials, aiming to treat luminal subtype, which is a wide range of solid tumor types with unmet medical need. So imagine that's not going to be hundreds or 1,000 patients. That will be hundreds of thousands patients in the world that might be potentially benefit by these therapeutics. Core Biomedicine is redefining precision medicine, making it work not only for a small subset of patients, but for much wider range patients in the world. Thank you so much.
Despite advances in surgical glues and hemostatic patches, more than 30% of surgeries still suffer from bleeding-related complications. Unfortunately, existing sealants and patches all suffer from one common limitation: poor adhesion to underlying wet tissue surfaces. At LeMax, we solved this critical problem. We've recreated nature's toughest glue to revolutionize treatments for injuries inside and outside the body. Our patented hydrogel technology can attach to any tissue surface, even a beating heart, thousands of times stronger than our closest competitors. At LeMax, we're not just sealing wounds, we're reshaping the future of surgery. Join us as we bridge the interface between tissues and technology. Whether you're looking to seal a bleeding organ, heal an injured tissue, or deliver drugs locally, LeMax has the glue for you.
At Modulate Bio, we're unlocking a whole new generation of high-precision medicines to treat a range of debilitating brain disorders, starting with tremors, epilepsy, and anxiety. Our first medicine is for essential tremor. There are 7 million patients in the US, 2 million actively seeking treatment right now, and a good friend of mine has debilitating, uncontrolled shaking. It's been getting worse and worse over the last 20 years. It's gotten to the point he has trouble drinking from a glass, typing on his keyboard, or even driving his car anymore. At Modulate Bio, we have a computational drug discovery platform that allows us to design new therapies that directly address these diseases. We've made fantastic progress in the lab, and we're getting ready for human trials. And we're really excited that these molecules we're designing every day will one day be put into a pill that patients can take that'll reduce their tremors, their seizures, and their anxiety. We're excited to help millions of patients around the world live healthier, happier lives. Thank you so much.
We're in a rapid aging society. Near 70 million patients suffering from brain aging-associated diseases, such as dementia. They couldn't recognize their family shortly after diagnosis, and most of them don't have a meaningful therapy. Hi, I'm Dr. Damon Wang, founding CEO of Nucerna Therapeutics, aiming to cure brain aging by AI-powered RNA targeting therapeutics. At Nucerna, we developed a technology that could co-target both nuclear and cytoplasmic RNA, making us to target near 100% of our genome. With our unique data set, we're able to use this data to train AI models to guide the next generation drug design with improved safety and efficacy, and ultimately curing brain aging. If you share the vision of a society with a longer lifespan and better brain health, please join us. Thank you.
Most of us don't have to think a lot about our immune systems. It happens in the background, preventing infection, cancer, and regulating itself so we don't get inflammation or autoimmunity. But for hundreds of thousands of patients each year, this is not the case. Patients with GVHD after bone marrow transplant, rejection after solid organ transplant, or patients with autoimmune disease. For these patients, their immune system is dysfunctional. They lack immune tolerance. I'm Leslie Keene. I'm the director of the Pediatric Bone Marrow Transplant and program at Boston Children's and Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, and I've spent my career developing strategies to help these patients. This work has led to a breakthrough regulatory T-cell therapy. Tregs are the natural cells in our body for quelling inflammation and autoimmunity, and we have now engineered an optimal Treg therapy. It has 3 specific innovations. It has a universal CAR, so it can treat all patients with all autoimmune diseases and alloimmune diseases. It creates its own energy through IL-2 signaling, and it can persist even in patients on immunosuppressive drugs. We've launched Regatta Bio to be the Treg company to treat the patients that need these drugs. If successful, we can cure all patients with allo and autoimmunity. Please join us.
Wow, we need you. Thank you. Okay, and now for tonight's winners. The $25,000 award in the Alumni and Affiliates Healthcare and Life Sciences track goes to the founder that makes me feel small, Andrew Thompson, Modulate Bio. Congrats, Andrew. And now for our second award. The $75,000 award in the Alumni and Affiliates Healthcare and Life Sciences track goes to Regatta Bio, Leslie Keene.
Tell us, what does winning this award mean to you?
Well, this is just breathtaking. I have been working for kids and adults with these auto and autoimmune diseases my whole career, and I have this amazing team that works with me, and it's just an incredible vote of confidence for what we're trying to do for our patients. Thank you.
Yeah. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of our healthcare and life sciences winners tonight. So, every venture you'll hear from tonight started once as an idea, just an idea. Some began as a senior capstone project, others as a conversation between friends, but each of them has the potential to be world-changing. At the Harvard Innovation Labs, we believe that anyone can come up with one of those world-changing ideas, and anyone can be an innovator. In fact, a founder could be sitting right next to you.
Congo has one of the highest maternal and newborn mortality rates in the world. That's why I created SAMI. What if we could give rural healthcare workers AI-powered handheld ultrasound to save lives?
Awesome. At the Harvard Innovation Labs, we believe that innovation starts with identifying a problem.
At SpiroSniff, we found that lung cancer is costly to diagnose and that it is often diagnosed way too late. So what if we could create a breathalyzer that detects lung cancer earlier and cheaper to save more lives? And that's exactly what SpiroSniff did. Thank you.
At the Harvard Innovation Labs, we believe diverse perspectives fuel innovation.
At Airqua, we're combining our skills in design and engineering to develop this technology to generate drinkable water from the air. So we're served with the question, what if everyone could access the clean water during an emergency? Thank you.
At the Harvard Innovation Labs, you get the pattern? Yeah, okay. We teach how important it is to understand your customer and their pain points.
One of the biggest barriers to electric vehicle adoption is range anxiety. At Windergy, we recover wasted aerodynamic energy to increase range, as well as the number of electric vehicles and hybrids on the road. Thank you.
And finally, at the Harvard Innovation Labs, we believe that innovation takes a village, and that's where all of you come in, supporting early stage ventures like these ones.
Ventures like ours, Pythia Diagnostics. Our team is revolutionizing epilepsy care. We built a wearable device that can predict seizures hours before they happen by analyzing chemicals released from the skin.
So what do all 5 of these fantastic ideas have in common? They are the winners of this year's Ingenuity Awards. The Ingenuity Awards recognize student members at the Harvard Innovation Labs with high potential early stage venture ideas. Each team has been awarded $2,700 to continue moving their ideas forward. Now please join me in welcoming our 5 Ingenuity Award winners to the stage. Airqua, welcome. Pythia Diagnostics. Sammy. Spirosniff. And last but not least, Windergy. Okay, step on forward and take your photo. Congratulations. Woo. We can't wait to see where you take your ideas. Congrats.
The ecosystem that we have here at Harvard is exceptional. The iLab is a core place to start putting ideas into movement. I'm Daniel Champong. I graduated from Harvard at the Kennedy School. I'm currently general partner at Visible Hands. I love the President's Innovation Challenge here at Harvard, served as a judge, as an advisor, and I look forward to seeing it every year because you're seeing so many cool ideas. And one of the things I also love about it is that it brings Harvard together, all right? All the different schools. As a judge, the it factor is a few things. The first one is that how deep has this person really spent on understanding the problem? Have you done the research? Have you spoken to customers? How do you know that this is the solution, that there aren't other alternatives? And if there are other alternatives, how is yours differentiated? As a student, you are here not just to take classes. You're here to experiment. You're here to grow and to learn. The PIC is such an important institution that we've established here. And we are providing meaningful resources here and money to say, go experiment, take a chance. So as an entrepreneur, you want to be in bubbles like that, right? You want to be in places where ideas are being exchanged, that you're being challenged on the things that you're saying. The community wants you to be successful, so you got to tap in.
We at the iLab love those gongable moments. Okay, so next up is the Student Open Track. Our Open Track recognizes commercial ventures that are selling to consumers, businesses, or organizations. And they span a wide variety of industries, including edtech, finance, sustainability, e-commerce, robotics, and more. Please welcome the student finalists in the Open Track.
Imagine trading in your bed for the cold, hard payment at night, or not knowing where your next meal is going to come from. This was not imaginary for me, this was my reality. My name is Shari Patel, the founder of Gurus Inc., a solution which I desperately needed when I was homeless. We focus on the 3H pathway, from being homeless to housed to hired. At Gurus, we take vacant hotels and turn them into hybrid facilities where we offer free housing, job training, mentorship, and support services. We're sustainable and revenue generating because we operate half of the hotel as a traditional hotel. Our model works. We have 2 current locations serving hundreds of individuals. We've seen 80% reduction in recidivism and 75% increase in job placements. Our vision is big. We hope to grow nationwide to help hundreds and thousands of more to reintegrate themselves into society again. Thank you.
When I was younger, I used to volunteer at a local nonprofit collecting water samples to manage and understand pesticide concentration in the water. In the river, across from where the playground was, we found significant traces of DDT. Nearly 60 years after that toxic chemical was banned, its presence was still detectable. What this means is that our impact on the environment lasts well beyond the span of a single life, and it inspired me to get involved. More than 30% of all emissions come from hard-to-abate sectors where hydrogen is critical for decarbonizing. However, the fact of the matter is that hydrogen is expensive, and the majority of the cost isn't actually in the production, but in its complicated storage, transportation, and distribution. HydroHall's innovation makes hydrogen easy to handle and affordable. So easy, in fact, that I could hold it in my hand right here, right now. It's safer, more reliable, and more than 30% cheaper than the next best option. My name's Eli Lichman. I was actually an advanced hydrogen jet engine designer in my past life, and my co-founder, Fanil, has a PhD in hydrogen storage. We've already raised more than $200,000 in non-dilutive capital, and we're now raising money in order to bring our company to the next phase. If you're interested, come talk to me. Too much is riding on the success of a hydrogen economy. The world cannot and will not let this fail. Join us in unlocking a cleaner future powered by hydrogen. Thank you.
Good evening. My name's Cecilia. As a mom to identical twin boys turning 3, I just know how draining repetitive tasks can be. Now, imagine doing that 24/7 in an industrial kitchen. Industrial kitchens are everywhere. Hotels, airlines, hospitals, corporate cafeterias, and yet they suffer from severe operational strain and labor shortage. At Intuitive Motion, we build plug-and-play AI-powered self-learning robots. No humanoids, no conveyor belts. We deploy under 3 days, and with foundation models, it gets better with every task. We are a women-founded deep tech company. I'm a Harvard MS MBA. I spent 6 years writing full-stack software applications before coming here, and spent thousands of hours deploying robots into the real world. My co-founder, Linda, is graduating from UT Austin, PhD in computer science and robotics. Together, we're stoked to work on this full time. Even better, we have a signed contract with Delta Airlines. In fact, we're oversubscribed for our pre-seed round, $2.5 million. Again, we're Intuitive Motion, building the future of physical AI, one task at a time. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Taniela, and I'm the co-founder of Maca. After a decade building EdTech for 15 million children with my co-founder Isabel, we stumbled across a new problem. Parents are really stressed by their kids' screen time. Lots of parents feel that screen time is part of family life, but they really struggle with guilt, knowing that they may be exposing their children to content that is harmful or low quality. That's why we created Maca AI. Maca, we filter content from across media platforms that aligns with parents' preferences and children's unique developmental needs. At Maca, we make it seamless for parents to manage screen time, like serving low stimulation content when we know it's getting close to bedtime and children need to wind down. In our beta, 200 parents signed up within 2 weeks and told us that Maca delivered them peace of mind and that they're willing to pay. Now, with our co-founder, Antoine, who's an award-winning AI engineer, and our team at Yale Child Study Center, we are ready to transform media for good for children. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Leonardo Martini, CEO and co-founder of Silotips. Silotips is the first and only software fully integrated with Microsoft Teams that allows AI agents to learn from companies' top employees. Thanks to our human-in-the-loop flywheel, Silotips captures and reuses 80% of undocumented knowledge that is vital to deploy AI in the enterprise. Our customers, mainly mid and large size enterprises, already use Silotips to make their customer support teams and sales representatives up to 50% more productive. We are a tech team with three PhDs in AI and alumni from Amazon, Google, Ericsson, and The Fork. We have been previously incubated by Techstar, and we closed a pre-seed funding round of $400K. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Student Open finalists. Okay, now on to the awards. The $25,000 award in the Student Open track goes to Eli at Hydro Hall. Awesome, congrats, Eli. Okay, and now the $75,000 award in the Student Open track. What an inspiring pitch. Shiree Patel, Gurus.
Tell us. Thanks. What does winning this award mean to you?
It means we could reach more people, so no one has to eat from the floor again.
Beautiful. Thank you.
My name is Reem Bawandi. I'm the Director of Alumni Engagement at the Harvard Innovation Labs, and I lead the Alumni Launch Lab and the flagship accelerator Launch Lab X. The theme is redefining what's possible at this year's PIC. At times that we're going through right now, where there's really complex challenges that we're grappling with, the ability to dream of a positive future and what's possible, and the ability to see that there's something that can actually get us there, it's really important. Each individual has picked one problem, and it's a very tough problem, and they are figuring out a way to unlock and solve for that problem through very innovative ways and ways of engaging or using technology, etc. I think that gives a lot of hope, and it shows us that the future that we want to change is actually possible. So the Present Innovation Challenge is really kind of the jewel of what happened in a given year, right, at Harvard. Everybody wants to work towards that win and being on stage. And the reason for that is that the number of eyeballs present in that room, we know it's almost like a call to action to everybody else, the thousands of people who will be in the auditorium, to start thinking, oh, do I know somebody that I can connect them with? Do I have a resource that I can make accessible to them, etc.? That could support those founders to take their venture to the next level. There are these new engines of transformation that are really fast. They're faster than policy, than the big companies and what they're able to do. So for me, how can I deploy the engine that solves for the big questions: climate change, health, economic empowerment, and. The more we put in this engine, the more it grows and benefits many others as well.
Awesome. Please join me in welcoming the finalists in the Alumni and Affiliates Open Track.
Globally, 95% of adults would struggle to read a high school level text in English. I was almost one of them. When I finished 3rd grade, I couldn't read. Not because I wasn't ready to learn, but because I couldn't get the words off the page. That shaped my life, and it's why I built Adaptive Reader. Adaptive Reader is reimagining the book so that every learner is able to engage with rigorous content in the language and format that works for them. Our AI can translate a text, adjust the reading level, and print it on demand, with personalized features like our dyslexia formatting. Students can actually scan a QR code on the book, type in a page number, and it will start reading aloud to them in their language at that level. We're building a world where no language is too small and no learner is too different to engage with the ideas inside any text. Thank you.
Imagine if every time you got your hair cut, it took 6 hours, cost $200 to $300, and gave your hairstylist arthritis at age 29. This is what it's like to get your hair braided. And I know this firsthand because I've worn braids all my life. And when I braided my own hair for the first time, it took me 4 days. But I'm not alone because hair braiding is now the most popular hairstyle for 20 million Americans who experience this miserable process every 8 weeks. And yet braiding hasn't seen innovation since braiding was invented 5,000 years ago. That's why we're building Halo Braid, the first patent-pending hair braiding robot that saves time for stylists and their clients. Stylists start the braid, Halo finishes it, and we reduce braiding time from hours to minutes, making braiding joyful, not painful, and allowing a stylist to grow their business without destroying their hands. Our devices have done thousands of braids and braided full hairstyles like mine for the past year. And we use machine learning to match professional quality, but to do it 5 times faster. So now we're excited to realize our mission of saving billions of hours spent braiding hair each year and transform an industry that hasn't changed in thousands of years. Thank you.
Every year, up to $100 billion meant for families and communities and emerging markets is lost. Not because the money isn't available, but because it cannot reach the people who need it the most. This isn't just about funding, it's about infrastructure. In many parts of the world, like Pakistan or Haiti, families, local shops, and even humanitarian aid cannot reach the people they need to reach because they lack the digital tools they need to receive and manage funds. High transfer fees and outdated payment systems make it really hard to move money into this market, but also make it even harder to track its impact. That's precisely why we built Cura. Cura is a next-generation platform powered by AI and blockchain that makes moving money across emerging markets fast, efficient, and accountable. Whether it is a $50 remittance or a $5 million aid transfer, we ensure that the money don't just move to these markets, but that it arrives and it makes a difference. I'm Stephanie Joseph, and I'm the co-founder and the CEO of Cura. Join me as we turn this vision into impact. Thank you.
The walls of this building called school are so high that only the walls can see the world outside. True story from a poem by Supriya, a student at Slam Out Loud for 5 years. Research proves that arts build in children curiosity, imagination, and emotional awareness. And yet, our ratio of art teachers to number of students in Delhi is 1:1,400. Most states do not have an arts plan. Slam Out Loud changes that. We put art educators into classrooms, train teachers, create curriculum, and work with the government at scale to transform the art class for our most underserved children. Poetry, theater, storytelling, visual art, and movement to build skills that our children really need to thrive. This year, we are rewriting the arts textbook after the 1970s for the entire state of Punjab, impacting 5 million children. And the government pays us for that. Today, Supriya is completing a liberal arts degree on a full scholarship. I am Jigyasa Labru, former teacher of Supriya and the co-founder and CEO at Slam Out Loud. Join me as we transform how art happens for our children and how they can find their voice. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Yu Jie, the founder of Vocadian. We revolutionize workplace safety and health with predictive voice AI, saving hundreds of thousands of lives and millions of dollars. Workforce fatigue causes over 140 billion in economic loss and 100,000 accidents every year. However, it is still under-addressed with self-reporting and reactive tools. Even with AI advances, for critical sectors such as transportation, mining, construction to aviation, human will always be in the loop. Vocadian prevents fatigue risk before incidents occur, starting with a pre-shift quick speech task. We leverage voice biomarker, AI, and circadian science to forecast performance and predict risk. No extra hardware or intrusive monitoring. We're also going to expand to include alcohol substance detection and occupational disease prediction to build a holistic safety ecosystem. We're already serving clients in the US and Latin America with thousands of workers. At Vocadian, we're not just optimizing the workforce, we're making sure every single worker returns home safe every single day. Thank you.
Excellent. Well done, finalists. So everyone in the Alumni and Affiliates Open Track is a member of Launch Lab X, our alumni accelerator. And while I have your all attention, they are accepting applications for this accelerator through Friday. So if you want to be part of this amazing community of founders and potentially be on this stage next year, head to the Harvard Innovation Lab's website. I lead marketing. I had to do it. Okay. And now, the $25,000 winner in the Alumni Open Track is Ethan, adaptive reader. Wonderful. And now for the $75,000 award. This goes to a founder who was here at the PIC just a couple years ago as an Ingenuity Award winner, and now she's the $75,000 winner, Halo Braid.
Congrats, Inga. Tell us what does winning this award mean to you and your venture?
Thank you so much. This is such an honor and a surprise. We're a deep tech company building for an underserved and overlooked market. So this just helps us accelerate faster, and we're in the business of going as fast as possible, to be honest.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'm Eileen Rudden, and I've predominantly spent my career in technology. I've been mentoring students here at the iLab for 3 or 4 years. As one of them says, you really push us. So, that's fine. I know what kind of questions to ask them. Have you thought about this? Or can you explain this in a little bit more detail? Or, I've both been an educator and an investor. And so, for people that are in social impact, you have to have some kind of a business model. And so figuring out what that is and how to get to it as quickly as possible is kind of the journey that I lead them through. It's a long journey. It's great to be involved with these kinds of change makers. I've noticed over the years the increasingly international, global, really, reach of the social impact track. These are change makers. They are doing stuff. They are taking on hard problems. These are the people who choose to engage at creating something that is going to make someone's life better. And that's really one of the most rewarding things about coaching the iLab folks. Redefining what's possible to me means, reaching beyond your frame of what you think you can do. Basically releasing, those self-inhibitions and going for something that really matters.
Okay, and now, yes, Eileen, she's so great. Now for the final track of the night, please welcome the student finalists in the social impact track.
Ten years ago, my friend Peter, a top physics graduate, sat in front of me in Accra and said, "Jeff, I will risk dying in the desert to find work." Months later, he was gone. Peter's story isn't rare. Every year, 12 million African youths enter the job market, but only 3 million find formal work. And with sub-Saharan Africa fueling 90% of the global workforce growth, the gap is becoming a crisis. That's why we built Blossom Academy, to equip underserved youth with data skills and connect them to local companies, cutting the cost and complexity of hiring abroad. Since 2019, we've served nearly 700 students, 85% of whom have tripled their incomes. I simply wish Peter had this chance. But with your help, millions like him won't have to risk their lives for opportunity. Join us, and together, we can rewrite Africa's future so her youth can truly blossom. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Asin Gumishtakin, and I'm the founder of the Brain Exercise Initiative. We are a student-run nonprofit with the mission of improving cognitive function in Alzheimer's patients. We have over 80 chapters in the United States and Canada with over 1,300 volunteers. It has been found that doing simple math, reading aloud, and writing exercises 5 days a week can improve cognitive function in dementia patients. Not only do we conduct these sessions, but we create an avenue for intergenerational connection. We aim to combat the loneliness and isolation that many individuals living in retirement homes face. It is our goal that every individual dealing with cognitive decline will have the support and friendship of a Brain Exercise Initiative volunteer. Thank you.
My parents are two incredibly hardworking smallholder farmers in Ghana. Yet, they lived in extreme poverty, unable to afford basic needs such as education and housing for 7 children. 100 million smallholder farmers, like my parents, grow 80% of Africa's food, yet lose 50 billion in annual farming income due to extreme low productivity, while millions of Africans go hungry. Dumbo Farm's technology doubles farmers' productivity by leveraging climate and operations data to empower farming. By setting up distribution centers in hard-to-reach communities, we guarantee farmers access to quality farming inputs and market for them to sell. Since 2022, Dunbar Farms has served more than 2,000 farmers, doubling their incomes and improving their livelihoods. We are scaling through partnership to reach 1 million farmers in Ghana in 5 years. Join us to transform lives together. Thank you.
In 2014, a 9-year-old Vietnamese girl was rushed to a California emergency room in excruciating pain. Her parents didn't speak English, and no interpreter was available. She was misdiagnosed and died that night. 30 million patients in the US face language barriers, putting them at greater risk of medical errors, longer hospital stays, and premature death. Hospitals spend billions on interpretation services that are slow and unreliable, leaving patients voiceless in their care.
Communication is the core of healthcare, and that's why you're building Lexi, an AI-powered medical interpretation platform that makes multilingual communication instant, accurate, and secure at a fraction of cost. We are actively in the ground and just launched a pilot with a major health center this week. I'm Sid from India, and this is Lynn from Vietnam. Our team speaks 14 languages, and we have firsthand lived this problem in our own communities. Language should never be a barrier to care. Join Lexi in making healthcare truly accessible for all. Thank you.
India is home to over 100 million farmers, of which 2/3 depend on livestock for their livelihood, with 70% being women. For them, cow is more than just an animal. It's their daily cash flow. It's their safety net. But buying one with limited access to formal capital and managing it well remains a key challenge. And it becomes even bigger for women who have socio-cultural norms standing in their way. People say it's India's time to rise. But that story skips the rural India and the women who hold it together. I am Manali, CEO and co-founder of the PAL, where we are channeling capital into rural India by turning livestock into an investable asset class and providing the tools and support these women need to grow. If you believe your capital can do more, not just earn returns, but also transform lives, join us in redefining the story of these women farmers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Social Impact Track finalists. Our final awards of the night. The $25,000 award in the Student Social Impact Track goes to a scene, Brain Exercise Initiative. Awesome, congratulations. And now for our final award of the night, last but truly not least. The $75,000 award in the Student Social Impact Track goes to Manali and the PAL.
Tell us, Manali, what does winning this award mean to you?
When I entered this university, I did not expect all of this to happen. But I'm thankful to iLab and President Gabber and everybody else for making that happen. I think it means a lot to us to redefine what we're doing in India for livestock farmers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Great. Wow, how inspiring are all of our founders tonight? Yes. Well done, everybody. As you can see, innovation at Harvard has never been stronger, and it's also never been more crucial. You heard our judges say that being a founder is not an easy path, and that the President's Innovation Challenge is just one step in a long journey. But it's an important one, and that's because of all of you in the audience tonight. If you were inspired by someone's pitch that you heard tonight, do something, take action. Apply for our Alumni Accelerator, become a student member, reach into your network and facilitate an introduction. You could even start tonight at our after party. The weather has held out for us to have it up on the lawn, and you're all invited. Please join me in one last round of applause for our winners, our finalists, and every venture who participated in this year's challenge. Woo! We also want to thank a couple of folks. Thank you to our many partners across the university for all that you do for our students. Thank you, President Garber, for your bold and courageous leadership at this time. It's called the President's Innovation Challenge. We had to give you a shout out, okay? Thank you also to Ernesto Bertarelli and the Bertarelli Foundation for their generous support of the PIC and their generous dedication to our teams. Thank you to the hundreds of judges, mentors, experts, advisors, and the amazing iLab staff, my wonderful colleagues, who worked together to make this night so special. So wherever you're watching from tonight, here in Klarman or back at home, thank you for joining us. Before you get out of your seats, you've heard a lot from me. There's a couple other people who want to say some special words to our finalists. So stick around for one more video. Thank you, and good night.
Hi, Manali. Many congratulations. I'm so proud of you, and I know that this is just the beginning. The PAL is going places.
Hey Yuzha, hope you're doing well. Ches Chen here. Hey, congratulations on making it to the President's Innovation Challenge Finals again. Your continued success doesn't surprise me a bit. So good luck to you, and I hope to catch up with you soon.
Congratulations, Emma!
Congratulations, Emma!
We're so proud of you.
Hi Stephanie, congratulations to you and Kira on the successes at the Harvard President's Innovation Challenge. As your first mentor at Harvard iLabs, I've seen you from the beginning. Wish you many successes as the years go on, and all the best.
Ethan Pierce, congratulations. You deserve a lot of recognition, and I'm so grateful for your partnership and your leadership.
Hello, this is you-know-who, Dominic. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on making it to the finals. I know how much work you've put in, and I know the outcome that you want, and it is all in God's hands. We are proud of you. Go and get it.
It's been very inspiring to see Tess at Perry Beach work so hard, both while a resident in the hospital and on her startup. Very proud of the work you've done, Tess.
Hi, Dan. Congratulations on making it to the finals of the President's Innovation Challenge. We are so proud of you, and I know that this means the world to your mom, who is watching over you with a big smile and feeling a unique sense of pride seeing this work come together. So congratulations. We love you.
It's been amazing to watch Vocadian's progress over the past couple of years. I'm sure you're going to do great things, and good luck.
Yinka, I can't believe it's been 7 years since we first sat down and talked about you shaking up the barbecue grill world. And now here you are, a finalist for the President's Innovation Challenge with HaloBrain. It's just incredible. I'm so proud of you. Not surprised, but deeply proud.
Congratulations on being chosen President's Innovation Challenge finalist.
You guys are doing great work. You're going to improve the health, the safety, and the lives of the men and women who drive the commercial trucks on this road behind me. And I know you're going to make the road safer for all of us.
I am so proud to have witnessed your journey. Therefore, here's to the real work that really matters. And more importantly, here's to you. You're a true founder, and I always say this, it's not just your vision, but your extraordinary character behind it.